Hi everybody, it's Taryn with Justice for Mom, and it's Father's Day. So I want to give a big shout out to all the fathers around the world that care for, nurture, and love their children. I want to encourage that because fathers are such an important pillar of our society. And I know this because I experienced the other side of that, which is having a father that doesn't like you, that doesn't love you, that doesn't take care of you, and doesn't nurture you. That was my father, Mike Rinder. And what he is a perpetrator of domestic violence and a perpetrator of hate. And I've definitely given the specifics before on the brutal attack on my mother. But I will never stop talking about it because it is that important that domestic violence be stopped. So here's a photo, and that's my mom's arm after the attack. And it doesn't show the broken shoulder, obviously. This is just the surface wounds that give an idea of the magnitude of the abuse and the brutality that Mike Rinder inflicted on my mom. That's the photo. So, and this attack was after years and years of him neglecting his own children, meaning my brother and I, and just showing no care. So then he attacks my mom. And to give you an idea and to summarize his fathering for you, one example is that when I was 8 years old, I got hit by a car. And I ended up in the emergency room and intensive care for some weeks, and in the hospital for a while, and didn't go back to school for a year. And during that time, there was not one single moment, not one single flicker of Mike Rinder as my father being there in my memory. And that means he wasn't there, and he wasn't there for me when I needed him to be there. And my mom was there. My mom was there every second. So here's my mom, and she's awesome. And, she's in a sling from the domestic violence. But she was there. She slept in my room for weeks on end and didn't go home so she could be by my side. And Mike Rinder was not there one time. That's his idea of being a good father. So another example of his fathering is when my brother was diagnosed with cancer and he was given 5 years to live. A young man just given 5 years to live. He had radiation, chemo, upwards of 20 operations to take the cancer out, and then reconstructive surgery. And he was just on the brink of that recovery. As a matter of fact, this is a photo of my brother here. It was right before he got diagnosed with cancer, actually. And Mike Rinder, right at the brink of him getting better after he has done nothing and said nothing to him the entire time he had cancer, comes to his place of work with a camera crew and harasses him. Harasses his own son. That's his fathering. Another, example of his fathering was our birthdays. He just wasn't there. Not our 18th birthday, not our 21st birthday, none of the milestones. He just wasn't there. This is a photo of me on one of my birthdays. It just gives an example. I mean, I don't see him in this picture, and those definitely aren't his legs. And he definitely isn't there. But that was the prevalent word, is not there when it comes to Mike Rinder and being a father. Just one more example, I mean, there's so many, is my wedding. He came after months of trying to schedule this because he couldn't make it. And he came, he made a guest appearance and literally left. We did the ceremony, we took a photo, and he was gone. This is me at my wedding. And once again, you don't see him. He was barely there. He hardly made it. Like I said, In-N-Out Burger, father of the bride, nowhere to be seen. So I've just shown you a few examples. And to be totally honest, it's really hard to show a negative, but I tried to show that because to me that was just the worst of it, because that's what we took away with us. We took away with us, we don't have a father. We don't have a father, and that's just the end of it. There's nothing else to say. So I'm going to continue to raise awareness of domestic violence and abuse, and to encourage fathers to love and help their children. And this does not include abuse. Thank you very much for watching. This is Taryn with Justice for Mom.